Saratoga racing is in full swing, and this weekend it's all about the Fourstardave. What's the key to playing smartly at Saratoga? It's being in the know before you go. I'm going to give you insights on all 6 runners, so get your notepads handy because you're not going to want to miss this review. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to tell you about my favorite long shot. If you've been watching my content and you've gotten some really good insights, or you've had some really good picks, hit like, hit subscribe, comment, tell me all about it. Now on to the racing. Hi, it's Maura from Trifecta and a Little Bit Extra, and today we're talking about the Fourstardave, a G1 mile race on the inner turf at Saratoga. It's race 10 on Saturday, and it's also a win and you're in to the Breeders' Cup Turf Mile. We're going to start with Charles Appleby's runner. On a side note, he was bringing 2 horses to this race, but Master of the Seas has scratched due to a foot bruise. Here's a statistic about Charles Appleby. Out of the past 5 years, he has brought 10 G1 turf runners to Saratoga and has won 30% of the time and is in the money 60% of the time. That is a strong win and in the money statistic. However, none have been at the mile. Charles Appleby's horse, the number 6 horse, Ottoman Fleet, is a 5-year-old gelding who's won more than $1 million. He will be our morning line favorite. Ottoman Fleet has picked up Flavien Prat as his jockey now that Masters of the Seas has scratched. And Flavien Prat has had an excellent meet at Saratoga, second in the jockey standings behind Irad Ortiz Jr. This is a very seasoned horse with 19 starts and 7 wins, 5 places, and 5 shows. The only time he hasn't hit the board once was this year in February, and the other one was at the start of his career. Out of the last 7 starts, they've all been graded stakes races. He's had 3 wins and 2 places. He is in very good form. The only thing is, he's never run the mile distance. He's always run longer. He's a mid-pack horse with a very strong late kick. My worry is, does he need the added distance? From a horse that's never run the mile to a horse that excels at the mile, we're going to talk about Carl Spackler, the number 4 horse. And no, I am not talking about the groundskeeper from Caddyshack. Carl Spackler, out of his 5 wins, 4 have been at the mile. He's trained by Chad Brown and ridden by Tyler Gaffalione. What I'm about to tell you is going to shock you. Chad Brown has never won this race. We know he excels at Saratoga. He excels on the turf. He excels on the turf at Saratoga and has never won this race. I'll let that sink in. Tyler Gaffalione, he is having an excellent meet, 3rd in the standings. Carl Spackler, he is a horse for course. He loves Saratoga, and we love horses that love Saratoga. He has excelled at the inner turf with 3 wins, and 2 of those wins have been at the mile. He also has the top speed. The only thing he doesn't have is a G1 entry. Will Carl Spackler be the one, be that hole-in-one for Chad Brown? And yes, I just made that dad joke. Get it, Carl Spackler? Caddyshack. Now, outside of that joke, if you like the content or you're getting some really good insights, hit like, hit subscribe, and remember, I'm going to give you that long shot play at the end. Moving on to the number 7 horse, More Than Looks. More Than Looks is trained by Cherie DeVoe and ridden by Irad Ortiz Jr. More Than Looks, like Carl Spackler, is a lightly raced 4-year-old with 8 starts. The last time we saw him was in the Breeders' Cup Turf Mile back in November, and that layoff doesn't worry me. Cherie DeVoe has very good stats for turf runners coming off a long layoff. She's 60% in the money. This horse fits squarely in with the other contenders with his speed, and Cherie DeVoe has said he's more than looks. He fits in here. But what worries me is he had some time off in his training between March and June, and it appears he may have had a tendon injury. So the question is he going to be 100% for this race? Now, More Than Looks is going to be way in the back and is going to come with one big run at the end. But how many times have we seen Irad do that one big run and at least get on the board? Now let's move on to the number 3 horse, Major Dude, who is trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden by Johnny Velasquez. The last time we saw him was here at Saratoga, where he won an allowance race at 1 1/8 miles on the turf. Major Dude has had 15 starts with 5 wins, but what worries me is that out of the 6 tries at the mile, he's only won once. Major Dude just may need those longer distances. The number 5 horse, Money Supply, is a 5-year-old at a practical joke. He is trained by Joe Sharp and will be ridden by Manny Franco. And a shout out to Manny Franco as he is 4th in the jockey standings. Money Supply has had 19 starts, but 18 of them on the dirt. His one lone turf start, he won. He just doesn't have the class of the other runners. Now on to my favorite pick as a long shot, the number 1 horse, Strong Quality, a 5-year-old at a quality road. Let's start with his connections. He's trained by Mark Cassie, who's won this race numerous times. He's ridden by Dylan Davis, who is 4th in the standings, but on a percentage level, same as Irad Ortiz Jr. Strong connections. The horse is a very well-seasoned horse with 20 starts, 6 wins, and has had a place or show 8 other times. He has not won a G1 race, but that's okay. They've all been at the longer distances, and I think he's going to appreciate the cutback. He's the lone pace in the race. He's going to come out of the gate and go straight to the front. So being the lone pace, having the speed, the very good connections, and 63 days of rest, I really like this horse to at least hit the board. One more thing to note about the Fourstardave for Saturday. The remnants of Hurricane Debbie may be coming through Saratoga Friday and Saturday. And so race officials have said that depending on the track conditions, they may delay this race and the Saratoga Derby until Sunday. But that's okay. You're still going to have a ton of fun, and you're going to sashay away with your money. Again, if you've been really liking the content, like, subscribe, comment. Find me at www.trifectaandextra.com or on all my socials. Most of all, thank you so much. Have a ton of fun at the races. Cheers.